Hi, welcome. This time we are talking about Princess Jasmine. So I've broken it up into two sections, and this is the first part. Let's get right to it. So the biggest thing I want to address with the 2019 version of Jasmine is the fact it's very much rooted in the 1992 version of Jasmine. And I think that's very, very important. Jasmine's personally one of my favorite princesses. And so, on that note, Jasmine is a princess. A princess is a form of monarchy, which is a form of government, which means that it holds order and political power. So, when we first meet Jasmine in the first Aladdin movie, she is using her big cat, Raja, as a form of letting them know, her father included, she doesn't want to get married without being in love. And shortly after that, of course, her father comes in to confront her and ask her what's going on with that. So she explains she hasn't been outside the palace walls. She hasn't really had any interactions with anyone else besides Raja. And she doesn't know what life is like because she's had a very sheltered life, even though she has wealth, she has wealth. And maybe to some degree power, and I'm going to get into that. So obviously her father's frustrated with that because the recognition is that he, as the Sultan, has to make and keep alliances. That's part of his political alliance. And with a lot of these suitors that are coming to visit her, because they're being mistreated this way, could also be a reason for backlash against his kingdom and their family. So that creates issues right there. So Jasmine recognizes this. She's not objecting to marriage. She's just trying to buy herself some time so she can at least find her footing and figuring out, do I really want to get married this young? So she takes it into her own hands and she goes out into the city to explore. What is Agrabah really about? So she explores Agrabah and she takes everything in and just really relishing every moment. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, I'm not going to talk about this one particular scene because I think it gets bogged down a bit. So I'm going to skip over to that. And we're going to talk about the scene with her interactions with the guards after they have come looking for Aladdin on Jafar's request. So one of the things is throughout this time, she's never revealed who she is. She's in the marketplace taking everything in. She wants to be known as a common person, at least as best as she can. And so when the guards come to find Aladdin, that is when she tries to say, hey, let him go. He didn't do anything. And they're like, being belligerent, saying, this crazy woman, whatever. So that's when she uses her trump card. She takes it out and says, hey, I'm the princess. You need to leave him alone. And once everybody realizes, oh, crap, she's the princess, then that's when they're like, oh, no. But if you notice, even then, the guards still do not listen to her. They tell her, I take my orders from Jafar. You need to take it up with him. That's exactly what the guard says. So the next thing that Jasmine does is she goes to the palace and confronts Jafar. And of course, in a play of manipulation, he says, oh, I had him killed because you were kidnapped. And she's like, no, it wasn't kidnapping. I ran away of my own free will. So that's when he uses that opportunity to manipulate her. So then that's when she leaves and goes to cry. In that realization, two things happened. One, she realizes, okay, this is the first friend that I've had or contact with someone that I can have as a friend and was actually kind to me and didn't want to be around me because I'm the princess, but was willing to get to know me. So there's that part of it. Then there's the other realization that, okay, I am marrying someone I possibly do not know and that possibly may not love me and what that might mean for my life. That is a very heavy thing to come to realization. The realization that her father didn't hear her when she said, I don't want to get married just to anybody. I want someone to love me. because that means they'll take care of her. They'll consider her. They'll hear her out. So then the next one was with Jafar, hey, Jafar, what happened? And he still moved, because he's the vizier, he still moved without her consent, or without considering how she would feel about it. The guards, what did they do? They dismissed her. Oh, she's just another princess. We don't have to listen to her because our orders come from someone above her. And every single step of the way, Jasmine's voice is systematically being repressed. Does that stop her? No, because the next scene is with her father and Jafar in the throne room saying, obviously Jafar saying he'll never do it again, but Jasmine tells Jafar something very specific, and she says, when I am queen, I will have the power to get rid of you.